Amanda here from createyourfuture.co. So today we have Denise joining us. Hello, Denise.
Hi, Amanda. Hi, everybody.
No, this is exciting because we've got a success story. And it's not just really any success story. It's actually one that you guys have been requesting. You guys wanted a success story of somebody that it wasn't getting their ex back. So this is not getting their ex back. This is somebody that they took a friends with benefits, and then it turned into nothing. They just worked together. And then it actually turned into a relationship, and she completely turned it around to where, you know, he's actually more attentive and he's showing initiative, and, you know, basically, yeah, she feels like he actually wants to be with her. So yeah, so we want to again share this story with you guys to inspire you. Use this as a catalog. Say, this is what's going to happen for me. So when you listen to this, you know, take notes. And like always, we are going to go through the main points of what we coached her on to help her to get to this point, so you can apply that in your life and be successful. Because guys, you can do it. She can do it. You can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. Denise can do it. You can do it.
We can all do it.
Everyone can do it. Take it away.
Let's do it together.
Right? Exactly.
Awesome. So yeah, and I just want to say right off the bat that, you know, this really comes down to, like, she was very disciplined on her mental diet. Like I tease her and say, you're an overachiever, and she is, and that's, you know, she got on it. So it happened quickly. So don't get discouraged and think, oh, well, this happened so fast and mine's taking so long. Just get on your mental diet and keep reaffirming that it's perfect. It's happening now. I'm getting it now. I'm getting better at this. I'm creating it now. So, okay, I'll just jump on into it now. I've had Denise as my coach for about a month now, and things have significantly improved in my relationship. I've never done any form of coaching before, but decided to do so after being a longtime viewer of the CYF channel, because I realized that even though I had some sort of understanding about how manifesting works, I needed a plan that was personalized to my situation. I basically needed a coach to kick my butt into high gear. To share a little bit of the old story, my relationship with my person was very on and off. The last 5-6 months or so, we had drifted apart, barely spoke, barely spent time together outside of work. We were also coworkers, but work in different departments. Needless to say, I was feeling down about the whole thing, started doubting the relationship, and then being cooped up at home due to the pandemic made my anxiety even worse. Well, during my first coaching session, I shared my situation with Denise and also shared how my thought pattern had been. She made it a point to tell me that this alone time can also be helpful for me to build my confidence back up instead of feeling more anxious. She identified my blocks very quickly and gave me a few exercises to help me get on my mental diet and to be consistent with it. So right after that session, I followed the action plan and set my intentions with excitement. Cut to 2 days after my first session, I was just mindlessly cleaning my apartment, and all of a sudden, I see my phone light up, and it's my person. He texted me just asking how I was doing. We texted for a little bit, and that was that. Instead of being sad about the conversation not being as lengthy as I wanted, I just focused on being grateful that I even heard from him in the first place, after no communication for a long time, and told myself that this moment is proof that my mental diet is on track. That moment gave me even more conviction that I do create my reality. It also made me even more excited about the process of being a deliberate creator. The following week, I was on my computer doing work, and then my phone starts ringing. My person is calling me to video chat. He's never done this before in the entire course of our relationship. We always just texted and called each other, never video chat. In a different reality, I probably would be paralyzed from shock. But in my now reality, I felt calm. I felt a calm towards me as I answered the phone, like a feeling of, yep, I've been expecting you. The communication was great and went so well, as if we'd never been on and off at all. During our video chat, I was casually telling him about a package I had delivered to the office that had been sitting there. I never got the chance to take it home. You know, the stay-at-home order, blah, blah, blah. After a little bit more talking, we ended the conversation, and I go back to doing work. 2 hours later, I hear a knock on my door. I open the door, and he is standing right in front of me with the package I was telling him about. I've been intending more communication from him, but I totally did not expect for him to show up at my place to see me, and even go out of his way to stop by our office to pick it up and bring it over with him. He's also never randomly showed up at my door to surprise me. In the past, we would always make plans in advance to see each other due to work, life, and family things. We spent a little bit of time together that day, and then he had to leave to continue his work. I was in disbelief that it even happened, but now I know that I'm starting to shift into the reality I want to be in. Persistence in our mental diet really is key. Now, I was going to share this next update with Denise at our next session, but if it helps other people believe even more that they can turn their relationship around for the better as quickly as I did, oh no, sorry, I just skipped. I like scrolled up real quick. Let me go back. It just went zoom right in front of me.
Well, it seemed to flow pretty good, so I was convinced.
All of a sudden, I'm like, oh, that's not. Okay, so I've been consistently intending for him to spend more time with me and for him to be more emotionally vulnerable, as he's not been very open about his feelings. We've been talking on the phone since the day he dropped off the package, but yesterday, which was 4 weeks after my first session, he came over again to my place to surprise me. We spent some time talking and catching up. His friend calls him. He tells his friend that he's at my place, and I said that his friend is free to come over if he wants to. Next thing I know, it's me, my person, and his best friend lounging around in my kitchen, just having a great time, sharing stories, laughing, and catching up. And then he starts opening up to his best friend in front of me about how he and I started dating and how he thinks it's cute that I have a photo of us framed on my wall from our last beach trip together last summer. Then they both stood in front of the framed photo and just talked about how it's a nice photo of us and how we look so good together. And then before they,
awesome.
I know, it's really cute. Two guys just standing there like, oh, you look so nice. I can just picture it.
This just goes to show that anything is possible, okay? Like,
yeah.
Seriously.
Yep. So we're wrapping it up here. Then they stood in front of the photo, talked about before they left, he said out loud to me in front of his friend, can I get a couple of hugs before I go? I hugged him, of course, with his friend laughing in the background. Like I said, he doesn't open up like that. He's always the macho type. And now he's clearly morphing into a teddy bear. Am I manifesting a Jerry doll?
Yeah.
So going back to what I've been intending, my person did spend more time with me. He was here for 2.5 hours, and he was also emotionally vulnerable. He didn't care about his macho-ness. In a way, having his best friend in the room with us was just a part of some sort of bridge of events because it helped me see my intentions come to reality. My person was smiling and gushing about us in front of me and his friend and didn't care that he let his vulnerable side show. We still talk in video chat. I text him here and there, but he is the one who always calls. Our conversations have also gotten deeper. I'm excited to manifest more things in our relationship. And with Denise's help, I'm also setting intentions to manifest things in my person's life to improve his life as well. The old version of our relationship and ourselves came with their own set of obstacles, but I acknowledge that I created that version of us, forgave myself for it, and now that I know circumstances don't matter, I can just as easily create a better and more solid version, which is slowly but surely showing up in my reality. Most days I am at a sense of peace, and I don't even sweat about the small stuff anymore or how things will come to pass. I just know things will work out the way I want them to because I deem it so. I have more time to sit in gratitude and be excited about life and what it holds for me rather than spending time freaking out and spiraling down the rabbit hole. The main key is to be persistent and to be diligent in our mental diet. I make sure to be grateful for the things I have now and for all the other beautiful things to come. I make my daily list of small things I want to manifest to strengthen my belief in my manifesting ability. I intend for what I want to see in my relationship and for him and I as individuals. I've also made a daily log of my thought patterns so I can keep myself in check to see if I have any other blocks or limiting beliefs and make sure to intend the opposite of those, or to just remember my progress and give myself permission to be proud of myself for how I've turned things around in my favor. This journey is incredibly fun and humbling. My gratitude knows no bounds for Denise and Amanda and for all of the coaches.
Oh, you know.
I know.
Oh, no. That is so beautiful. You know what? I love it. One thing that I just picked up right away that I really wanted to share and to bring a light onto was the fact that she was focusing on what was successful and not on the lack. And one really major key point where she said that was that, you know what, she was intending that he would phone and say all these things. But he phoned, he didn't say all those things, but the conversation was a lot longer and a lot different than it usually was, but it wasn't exactly what she wanted. And, you know, and because she wasn't quite there yet, but she focused on what she got and she was grateful for what she got rather than, you know, being upset over the lack of what she didn't get. And this is so incredibly important. And the other big thing that she did was assuming that it was happening. Assuming.
Yeah. Yeah. And like, yeah, those two things are key because, yeah, I tell clients all the time, you know, it's not just about like being upset that it didn't come or like, I mean, it's also, you're going to just keep creating more of it. So put your feelings aside and accept what you're getting, be grateful for what you're getting, and know that it means what you want is still coming. Like you're just telling a story, you're building a path. It's one brick at a time. It just keeps going. And sometimes it would be weird if they just turned around one day and said like all the things you wanted them to say. You'd be like, I don't know if I can trust this. This is too much. This is too weird. Like your logical mind is like,
yeah, I know. I know, but that's just it, right? No, you've nailed it. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, it's a story.
You know, exactly. You know, it's like, and so that also shows she wasn't emotionally attached to hearing those things, right? You know, when we need someone to say, okay, I need them to say that they miss me and love me, or that's it. We're focusing on the lack, we're emotionally attached to it. So we've got to detach by saying, no, you know what? I know that they love me. I know that they miss me. And so they don't need to say it, but just, you know, because I know that that's what is the case. And then just by being in that state, it'll automatically come in, right?
Yeah.
You know, and that's the thing, right? You know, yeah, that's so the other thing you pointed out that I know is going to be a question is, yes, you can manifest for other people. Oh, you can. You better believe you can. You manifest for everybody in your reality, whether it's consciously or unconsciously, just by your assumptions, right? And so amazing, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there is no limit to what you can manifest. Everyone in your reality is your perception. Anyhow, it's the projection of your subconscious. So if they're doing something right now, you've already manifested that for them in some way. So
exactly. Yeah. Don't beat yourself up over it. Either accept it and like it, own it, or change it. Like, you know, just change it if you don't like it, right? Yeah. It's about not getting stuck. And I talked about that in today's video that I posted earlier today. Oh, not today's video, Friday's video. Today's Sunday, Friday's video. I talked about that. We're recording the same day. Oops, spoiler.
Wink, wink.
You record on the same day? Most of the time, yes. Just hearing the same thing. I digress. Back to what we're talking about. We can't manifest for others 100%. So, you know, but don't beat yourself up for things. You know what? It's just about, okay, you know what? Pick yourself up. Nobody saw that. Keep walking, you know? And I think that's the most important thing, because if we beat ourselves up and we start worrying that we haven't done it right, we're only more focusing more on the problem. We're only creating more of the problem, right? And it's about, you know, bringing forward. And the other thing I love that she mentioned was that, you know, coaches, we're here to keep you accountable. You know, a lot of times we don't have anyone we can talk to about this, you know. I know when I first started on my journey, everyone's like, you're crazy. And so of course now I've intended that people think that this is normal and everybody, you know, believes and loves Neville and everything like that, right? Like, you know, I've gone there, but like, I get it. Sometimes we don't have anyone to talk to, especially our friends are like, oh, him again? You're not going back with him. You know what I mean? So, you know, so coaches are there to help you and to keep you accountable and to be like, hey, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and to help you revise those stories that your friends have been telling you. As they're saying, oh, never, don't talk to him ever again. He's such a jerk. I can't believe he did that thing that one time. And we're like, no, forgiveness. You've moved on. He's amazing. He's wonderful. He loves you.
Exactly. We want you to be successful. They most likely want to, you know, keep your feelings safe. I was actually just talking to somebody, one of my loved ones this morning, helping them make intentions for things that they want in their life, because it always helps sometimes when you can bounce it off the other person and get new ideas as well. You know, we can step out of it. The other thing I wanted to talk about, circumstances don't matter. We hear that all the time. Could you explain what that means?
Circumstances don't matter. So the circumstances you're experiencing are just your own manifestation anyway, which is why they totally don't matter. You created them. You can uncreate them. Use them as tools. Use them as guidance. Oh, this thing showed up. This stinks. Cool. It shows me where I need to redirect my thoughts. Now I need to start thinking in terms of what I want in regards to that thing or that person. So, and anything, you can shift and change anything in your reality or anyone else's. Nothing is fixed. It's all completely malleable. It's all controlled from here. So
It is. It is. And everyone is you pushed out. And every day I intend that I see that. Every day I intend that I see that. And then all of a sudden, Andrew will repeat something I've just thought. And I'm like, okay, it's not broken. Thank you very much. And sometimes when it's a thought I don't like, I do get mildly annoyed. But if it's a thought I like, I'm like, oh, God, you know, we're good. Even if I get mildly annoyed, I'm like, okay, it's not broken. Okay, it worked. Okay, we're good. Right? So do things. To have people say things that remind you of that, like her little list that she was saying. So guys, there's a lot of information in her story that she gave that we've highlighted that, you know, like gratitude, 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 gratitude. Focus on what's working with the person and you'll get through that back.
Yep, totally. And stay on track and be disciplined, be persistent.
Exactly, exactly. So once you know how to do it, it's about just doing it. So, so amazing, Denise. Thanks for coming on and sharing that story.
Yeah, thank you.
Awesome. And guys, Denise is available for coaching sessions. Of course, you don't need coaching. You can be successful on your own. But if you would like some help and somebody to chat with and somebody to help guide you through this process and could possibly speed it up because we can see things that you may not see in your vision at the moment, then definitely check out the link in the description below for coaching. Thank you so much for being here, Denise.
Thanks. Bye.
And guys, thank you for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.